we're about to start. I would ask everybody to please take their seats. And I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful music director. Are we okay up
I
there?
dimmed them to the amount that you told me to. Yep.
Yes?
I even turned it down a little bit more than usual.
1 minute.
We need 1 minute. Okay, that sounds good. We'll keep partying until we...
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to break up the party, but what's a party without music, right? So we can just kind of put the focus up here for a second while we do some songs and stand up and move and groove, and let's do it. Let's release. Let's go. Let's shake it out, right?
Up with people.
Up with people, yeah. There was a time in my life, you all know this, I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit from my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release my and I let go. I let the Spirit from my life. There we go. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let it go. I let the Spirit from my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. We're missing our Rose. I know she said she was listening. If you're out there, we miss you. I know. But we'll make do. 1, 2, 3, 4. One step, one act, it's a simple fact. We can be the change. Don't have to do it all, no steps too small. We can be the change. Be the change. We can be the change. Be the change. We can be the change. it. Be the change. We can be the change. Be the change. We can be the change. Again. Be the change. We can be the change. Be the change. We can be the change. We can be. We can be the change. We can be the change.
All right. Please take a seat. Well, here we are, the first Sunday in January. Little snow, little late with the snow, but we'll take it anyway. And it's a pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. So let me give you a big, hearty good morning. Good morning. I love when it echoes back at me. I also want to welcome those of you who might be tuned in on our YouTube channel this morning. Happy New Year to you as well. And we appreciate you sending your energy, your loving vibes to us in our spiritual home. We wish you could be here in person, but we will take you just as you are. I want to take a moment to remind everybody to please silence your cell phones so that we can get through the service without any interruptions. And I know I'm taking a chance here because I don't have a piece of paper with me and I'm kind of the absent-minded minister. But today is birthday Sunday. I did not forget. So any of you January birthday babies, it is time for you now to please come forward so that we can bless you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're wonderful. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you, you're wonderful. God is blessing you now. All right, happy birthday. One quick logistic. When you came in, you should have been given a piece of flash paper, a pencil, and a white stone. If you do not have these, raise your hand and Joey will take care of you. Okay, we're good to go? Great. With that, I want to invite Wanda Faye to please come forward and share with us today's daily word reading.
Good morning. It is indeed one of those mornings, beautiful people. Oh, and today's daily word is wholeness. So let's just take a moment. Let's just gently and softly close our eyes and just know that we are whole. Wholeness. Wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. I see myself whole, complete, and as the living expression of God. My thoughts fill my consciousness with the divine idea of wholeness. My words affirm this wholeness. Through my actions, I bless the life energy in my body with the right balance of exercise, rest, and nutrition. I live from my wholeness even if I experience illness. I may receive treatment, but I do not consider myself weak or diseased. I move through every health challenge with faith and grace, trusting the experience has come to pass. I remember wherever I am, whatever may be happening, divine life is always seeking to express through me to restore my awareness of wholeness, which is and will always be my true spiritual state of being. And from the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 34, your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But if it is not healthy, your body is full of darkness. Wholeness. May you look in the mirror and see your wholeness. That is my prayer for you today. It is my prayer for myself. So today, and any other Sunday that you see someone up here reading the daily word, we are the prayer chaplain that is on duty. So I'm here to support you in whatever your prayer needs may be today. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. Happy 2024. Woo.
Thank you, Wanda Faye. Now, everybody, please join me in praying our Spirit's unfolding vision prayer. Guided by divine wisdom, inspired by divine imagination, centered in divine love, and knowing that God is our source, we boldly move forth in faith as we allow Spirit's expanding vision to unfold in our lives, the life of the spiritual community, and our world. Thank you, God. Amen. And now, if I may, I want to invite you, please, to return to your feet and join in singing and praying the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory
Now it is time, please be seated. Now it is time for us to bless our children. So I invite our children and their sponsors to please come forward so we may do that. Please join me. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, and know that you are empowered to do great things.
1, 2, 3, 4. You are a powerful, creative, spiritual being. You are a powerful, creative, spiritual being. You can create anything you want in this life. You can create anything you want in this life. The universe is on your side, and you are loved. The universe is on your side, and
Just a little change in the format today, which is why there was no, it's good. Thank you, Kitty. Which is why there was no song going into the service, and into the message. I don't have a joke for you, but I do have an opening anecdote that I want to share. Something that really happened a long time ago when I was a much younger man and I was having dinner at TGIF with my family, my then wife Phyllis and my two daughters who were probably 13 and 15 at the time. It was one of those really special occasions where the waitress was really happy and joyful and very interactive. And so we spent the whole meal kibitzing, the whole family, with the waitress, going back and forth and all that. And when she finally came to present the check, I looked up at her and I said, let me ask you a question, and please be honest with me. If I were 6 inches taller, had a full head of hair, a whole ton of money, and I was single, would you maybe go out with me? And without batting an eye, she came back and said, we talking about a whole shift in personality here? I'm shared that with you this morning because on this first Sunday in January, the underlying theme, the underlying message is newness. And we're going to pursue this in a couple of different ways. So just to give you the format for today, I'm going to talk a little bit. Then we're going to go into a meditation. And then on the tail end of that meditation, I'm going to invite people to come in and share what they have written on those flash papers to be submitted to the burning candle. A quick word about flash paper. Don't let it intimidate you. All you have to do is put the edge or a corner of the paper into the candle flame and poof, it will be gone. Okay? Don't throw the paper because you'll miss and it'll go floating, but that's okay. So there's a dual aspect to this because after that, I'll say a few more words and kind of a message, and then we will proceed with the second ritual that we will be doing today, which is our white stone ceremony. I don't know how many Unity churches combine these two ceremonies, but it's really a practical reason for doing that because they correspond with a method of prayer that we espouse in Unity. Denials followed by affirmations. I also want to say a quick word about rituals. There are good rituals and there are not so good rituals. A ritual is only intended to be, not only, is powerfully intended to be two things. A statement of where you are and what progress you have made to date, because I don't care what your feelings may be, if you don't think that you've made progress as a person, as a woman, as a man, you have made some progress. So the first part of a ritual is a celebration of where you are at any given time. And the back half of that is a good ritual also is calling you to that which you have yet to become. And it could take place in a grand epiphany, but in most cases it takes place step by step, inch by inch, a little bit at a time as we grow and we mature. Ritual that's not so good is when we participate in and we go through the motions. And we're not emotionally, spiritually attached to what we're doing. So, I'll give you an example. You could give somebody a kiss, or you could give somebody a kiss. Okay? And you could give somebody a hug or a handshake. And you probably have had the experience at one point in your life where you reached out to shake somebody's hands and you really kind of got a cold fish in response, okay? So that's an example of not putting yourself into the ritual. So we start with the burning bowl part of this. I can say absolutely, positively, unmistakably, each and every one of us has felt some degree of being chained or held back or bondage in some way, shape, or form. And so what we want to strive to do in this first part of the service today is we want to make a conscious effort to release anything and everything that might be weighing on us, that might be holding us back. And you have a whole wide array to choose from. So when Susan writes on her flash paper this morning, she might be writing down something like, finding drawers halfway open. Something that really torments her, really aggravates her, really frustrates her. And that's okay. Don't sell yourself short, though. All of us have had experiences in our life which really, really plague us in different ways. And so maybe you have a deep-seated resentment. Maybe there's somebody that, really, really, really angers you. Or maybe you're just feeling anger in general and you're not even sure why, you can't put your finger on it. And there have been times in your life when you have been minimized. And now is a good time to take a symbolic action to reflect something that hopefully is going on within, because now is a good time as any to let it go. You have carte blanche what to write on those papers. But I just invite you to give it a bit of prayer and a bit of soul searching. Over the years, I met somebody who once wrote on the paper, Wheel of Fortune. And she explained to me that the reason that she chose that is that she had come to realize that she had fallen victim to watching that program as if it were important to save her very life. And she was bound and chained to the YouTube. So it wasn't just Wheel of Fortune, but she was expressing a freedom from that. Maybe there are things in the world that are really disturbing to you on a grand stage. So maybe something like war or whatever. But the message here isn't so much what you write, it's how much you get into it that is really significant. Anybody make any New Year's resolutions? Nobody made a New Year's resolution? Oh, we have a couple people. That's cool. Do you know that January is the single most profitable month of the year for health clubs? Okay? And we join health clubs because we have come to a decision that, it's time. I'm through digesting all of the Christmas cookies and everything else, and it's time to do something about it. And in joining a health club, you are putting your money where your mouth is, because you have signed on, maybe you have even signed a contract to pay a monthly sum for the entire year. And notwithstanding all of that supposed resolve, the vast majority of people who join a health club the first week in January stop going to the health club by the fourth week of January. I'm telling you, statistically, it's a fact. It's easy, really, if you have the money, to say, here's the money. Joining a health club and paying the dues is not going to put you into shape. It's not going to cause you to lose weight. The only thing that's going to be effective is if you internalize that intention in a very meaningful and powerful way. And as you take your slip of paper, and you could write 16 things, by the way, on your piece of paper if you could fit it. There's no limit to that. But as you take it and you walk up and you submit it to the flame, nothing magical is going to happen. It's the equivalent of joining a health club. Okay? Nothing magical is going to take place. There's not going to be some blessing coming from the clouds and making whatever is bothering you, eating away at you, tormenting you, go away in and of itself. In this ritual, there is absolutely nothing hocus pocus involved. I'm sorry, I just had a really strange thought come into my head. Honest to Pete, I'm wondering if Spirit is inviting me to be a little silly. I need a volunteer or two. Who wants to be silly with me? Don't be bashful. Juliet, come on up. We'll take one or two. All right, we're going to do something. This was really off the top of my head. I'm sorry, this is the way my brain works. Okay, let's set a line. Yeah. This way. Like as if your birthday, just. All right. We're going to do something that I really think all of you know, okay? We're going to do a few verses of the Hokey Pokey. All you got to do is follow my lead. We won't do them all. We'll do some, okay? You ready? I'm sorry I didn't set this up beforehand. I would have had music. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to do it just by singing. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Put your right hand in and put your right hand out. Put your right hand in and shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Let's do left leg. You put your left leg in, you put your left leg out, you put your left leg in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You ready? Head. You put your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Feel free to join in. There's a whole aisle here. We got a couple more to go. All right? Now it gets to be a little bit fun. Okay? You put your backside in, you put your backside out, put your backside in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. One more. You ready? This is a really important part, okay? You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You do the hokey pokey. You do the hokey pokey. You do the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Hey, bless you for doing this. Give them a hand. They had no idea what they were walking into. And I wasn't sure myself. You know why that occurred to me? Because I said there's nothing hocus pocus about this burning bowl ceremony, nothing magical. And then I said, well, hocus pocus, but there's hokey pokey. Maybe that's what it's all about. Because the significance is Let me just take that and do a little metaphysics with it. You know, maybe you're at a point where you're just ready to put your right hand in and out and you're back in, kind of like dipping your toe into a swimming pool to test how cold the water is before you decide to jump in. But regardless of how slow you move, eventually you put your whole self in. If you want to know change in your life, it's not going to be something that comes about with a half-hearted attempt. At some point, even if it's just one thing that you write on that paper, even if you've been holding a grudge against somebody for 10 years and you decide that you're going to write resentment or pain onto the paper, the only way you really strip yourself of that reality that is part of you is if you go all in. And that silly story that I opened with about the kibitzing around with that waitress, it was humorous at the time, and I just belly laughed when she came up with that whole, you could do a whole personality change here. There's the realization that if, in fact, we let go of something, even if it's something that's tormenting us, something that is really a part of us, we are no longer the same. It necessitates a reality of change on some perspective, on some level in our lives. And so as you participate in this burning bowl ritual, write down something that you really, really want to be all in about. And does that mean that you might not slip up in 3 weeks? Or 3 days or 3 hours? Of course you might. But as part of your resolve, that doesn't stop you and you keep on going. And so now, leading up to this actual ritual, this actual ceremony, I want to bring us, if we can, into meditation. And I invite you at this time to do as you always do when we go into meditation. Relax. Take it easy. Take a breath. A really good, healthy, cleansing breath. Now, in these next few moments, it's a time to sit and be with yourself. Embrace who you are, including the parts that maybe you're not so happy about. And just think about the possibility of loving yourself. And take another breath. Feel the oxygen, the testimony of spirit that dwells within you. Feel yourself filling with that. That is your truth. That is your being. That is the ground of your being. Our hearts, our lungs, maybe do all of the physiological work, but all of it is motored, driven by the gift of life, by the Christ light that burns within each and every one of us. And I invite you at this time to first affirm that you really want to be whole, that you really want to be new. And I invite you at this time just to be direct with yourself in the realization that that desire sometimes is tempered by things that really want to hold us back and chain us down. I invite you to really welcome that still small voice within. Let it guide you to any area, to anything that you must do something about, eliminate, bless, and say goodbye to in order to continue on your spiritual journey. So at this time, I invite you to really, really focus on what is being spoken to you in some moments of silence. And now I just want to give you a few extra seconds. If you have not yet written on the flash paper that which you wish to remove from your lives, think about it and write it down. And in just a few seconds, I will invite you to come forward and submit it to the flame. And I invite you now, as you are ready, to please come forward and let it all go up in flame.
I have been holding on. I have been cursing the river. Oh, I have been banging against the banks. Help me to trust in the flow. Let go. I have been dreaming of oceans and oceans of mercy. Oh, no longer grasping to make it safe. Help me to trust and move on. It's Oh, river, river, I am afraid sometimes, afraid of your power, afraid of my weakness, afraid that your will swallows mine. Oh, river, river, when I let you take me, how we laugh, how good you feel. I have been holding on. I have been cursing the river. I have been banging against the banks. Help me to trust. Help me to trust. Help me to trust in the flow. Let go. Let go.
Thank you. But there's more work to do. If you invested into the ritual in which we just participated in any kind of a serious way whatsoever, you're different. You now have something missing. So I'll use the same example that I referenced before. If you really, really set flame to watching the Wheel of Fortune every night or however often it is, what are you going to do with that time when it comes on and you're being called? You don't understand that Zajac is really good looking. It's never a good idea to only do denials. Whenever you do a denial of something about yourself, it's important that you follow it up with an affirmation, or affirmations, as the case may be. And so if you truly have let go of something, it's a really prayerful exercise to determine now, what will I use? What will I do to fill that spot? And I know it sounds crazy. I used to be a smoker, and because of circumstances, I pretty much quit cold turkey, and I was going insane until I found about 4,732 sticks of gum that I would regularly plant them in. And not that gums were affirmations of sort. Well, they were, because they reaffirmed my commitment to quit. But it also filled something. And just as I was saying, keep the bar high for yourself. There's no sense in playing small. You are capable of way more than you ever imagined. And that's where the white stone came in. The white stone has an ancient history. Way back, around the time that our way show where Jesus was teaching and preaching, people who were released from prison or set free from bondage that they were in were very symbolically given a white stone. And the purpose of that was to symbolize that they now had an option, they now had a choice, they now had a clean slate with which to work. Allow the white stone to represent your real innocence, which you are perhaps in greater touch with by virtue of having let something significant in your life put to rest. In the Gospels, in the Scriptures, there are verses that demonstrate what we talk about. And going back a little bit to the burning bowl thing, our way shower, Jesus said, if your right eye is getting you into trouble, in the Scriptures they use the word sin, pluck it out. But when you pluck it out, you then have to compensate by doing something other. And when the rich man came to Jesus and said, what do I have to do to be in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus gave him some, do the commandments, and follow the laws. And he said, I do all that already. And Jesus said, if you're really serious about this, go and sell everything that you have, give the money to the poor, and come and follow me. This is the intensity that I'm inviting you to consider as you scribe whatever it is on your white stone today. And maybe it won't come to you today. Maybe it won't come to you till tomorrow or the day after or a week from but it's okay if you really, really allow yourself to feel the smoothness of the stone and use that as an exercise to really invoke spirit within. There's a word or words for you. The very first time that I ever participated in a white stone ceremony, I really thought about it hard. And then, just to share with you, I came up with the Greek letter pi. And the reason that I went down that path was, it's an irrational number, and I'm always irrational, so I thought that made sense. But what's neat about this in a spiritual sense is that you could never, ever, ever finish numerically what pi is. The decimal point and then thousands and thousands and thousands of numbers afterwards. And you never really arrive at what pi intrinsically is. But with each number you add after the decimal point, you come up with a closer approximation to that root, to that truth, to that reality. And if we're going to speak about we in unity are about manifesting the Christ within us, don't get caught up in looking at the broad picture and saying, well, I'm never going to be able to do all that, so why try? Your spiritual path is all about step by step doing that. You know what I put down last year? Mary Poppins. Because I had recently seen the remake or the sequel to the movie, and I just was caught up with. This was a character, a fictional character, but a character nonetheless that fulfilled every possibility that she was able to fulfill. Didn't let anything pass. So you could use whatever you want. You could use a noun. You could use an adjective. One year, I just wrote courage. Because frankly, I was concerned that maybe I didn't have what it takes in order to try to grow in some spiritual way. Maybe you will choose a name. And I mention that because there's a history of that. Anybody in the scriptures who ever underwent a serious change also realized a change of name. So Abram became Abraham, and Sarai became Sarah, and Simon became Peter, which ironically means rock. We participate in this going way back to what I said minutes ago. What you choose should be significant. What you choose should be challenging. What you choose should serve as a guidepost, something that you may come back to later. And so I'm going to, again now, take us into meditation. And if at any time during the meditation you feel something come to you, you may scribe it onto your stone with the pencil. And as I said, if nothing comes, give it time. Something will. So let's meditate some more. And so that breath we took a few minutes ago doesn't not good anymore. We have to take a new breath. And again, I invite you, feel the surge of life within you as you breathe in. Move into this very special space, this safe place, in a way that you make it a sacred space. I invite you to express to yourself, feel, taste the miracle that we call life. I invite you to go to that place within in which you hear a whisper or a shout about who you are, why you are here, and what is it that is yours to be, and what is it that is yours to do. Continue breathing. Coming to a realization, coming to a new awareness, a greater consciousness, always is a process. And we sign on this morning, very simply, to participate in that process. Whatever words we choose will just be symbolic, a way of exhorting, calling forth, getting in touch with that deep, undeniable inner wholeness. And sometimes we give reference to our way shower, Jesus, as the great I am. I ask you to share in that phrase just a bit, I am. Perhaps to help you, to guide you, that you, each of you in your own unique way, can complete that I am sentence, choosing whatever word or words, whatever name most closely identifies your own sacred vision. And perhaps it would be, I am peace. I am joy. I am compassion. I am love. I am present. Take this opportunity now, as you hold that stone in your hands, to listen deeper and deeper in some more moments of silence. And now at this moment, in your newness, I invite you to return to this space. Hopefully with a ability to greet the world around us with a smile. With a better realization of just how absolutely golden you are. A greater awareness of just how much you are loved, embraced, nurtured by Spirit. With an awareness that nobody is as unique as you. Nobody gets to express that Christ reality in quite the same way that you do. And so as we open our eyes and we look around and we see that we share this space with one another, we do so perhaps with a different lens this morning. And so we close with a prayer of thanksgiving. Loving Spirit, we are so grateful for this first Sunday of January. And with the cold and the snow and whatever it brings with it, we do so understanding that there's nothing or nobody to be afraid of. Because we are truly beloved daughters, beloved sons of Spirit. And we thank you for the joyful life that is intended for us. And we thank you for the opportunity to share our spiritual energy, to share our very being with one another as we let go and then make claim. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for all of this and so, so much more. Amen. Thank you, Kitty and music team. Appreciate it. Now it is time for our love offering, our sacrament of giving and receiving. Truly, your dollars and your cents make a big difference. And they represent your investment in this church family. And I understand, and we understand, and hopefully we understand of one another, it's the investment of self that really makes a difference. Our readiness to stand up and be there, to be present for somebody who's in need, somebody who needs help. It's a present that permeates throughout this church family and that allows us to take it outward into the world. So please join with me in praying our love offering affirmations. God is my instant, constant, abundant source of supply. Divine love flowing through blesses and multiplies all the good that I am, I have, I give, and I receive. Divine love flowing through us blesses and multiplies all the good that we are, we have, we give, and we receive. Again, thank you, music team. Sammy, a personal thank you to you for putting an exclamation point on the message of that song. Very, very cool. We have a few short announcements. The garage sale donations are being accepted today and next Sunday. Please bring your items in. This next one is really important. I hope everybody's listening. Please stay after today's service to help undecorate the church from its Christmas decor. More hands make quick work. Friday's Healing and Wholeness service has been canceled. We apologize, but please come back in February when it will resume. We have another fun event planned at the end of January. Sign up for Kindness Rocks. A kindness rock is a rock that you have decorated with an inspirational message. By leaving rocks around your community, you will be sprinkling positivity. The event will be the evening of Friday, January 26th. It involves a $20 love offering at the door, and all the information is in your bulletin. please contact Dawn Stasek to reserve your seat. One last thing, if you notice out there, Kathleen has dutifully laid out on tables copies of the directory. Every year we ask people just to please check and put an okay next to your listing, meaning that you are okay to have it published in the 2024 directory. If you are not in the directory, but you are open and willing and glad to share your information in the directory, there are forms available that you may fill out, and that will get the job done. We make this announcement like for 3 weeks every year, and then somebody says, well, of course I wanted to be in the directory. I didn't know. So now you know. Prod one another on the way out, or as you're taking down the decorations. Hey, did you sign into the directory? So that concludes our announcements. I invite you at this time to please rise to confer upon one another our congregational blessing. Remain standing for our prayer of protection and our peace song. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you,
and
we behold the Christ in you, and know that you are empowered to do great things. In our prayer of protection, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.